Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We'll talk about social media, what makes people buy, how to go viral, and marketing psychology, all in 20 minutes or less. Whether you're a coach, a stylist, or a wedding planner, if you've got a service-based business to sell, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Warriner, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients. Back in my 20s, I did all the things to try and be an actor. I worked so freaking hard. After graduating from college for musical theater, and before that, just like being on a trajectory to be an actor my whole life, from my elementary school to my performing arts high school and all my extracurriculars, like I was on that path. When I got to Toronto and I was trying to do the thing, I woke up every day and tried to be an actor. I worked so freaking hard at it. I did everything that anyone could tell me to do to help me get ahead. And I never felt like I was truly in control of my own fate, of my own future. It felt like no matter how good I was or no matter how hard I worked, it still wasn't me sitting on the panel deciding my fate at the end of the day. I felt like I was at the mercy of some other deciding force. And as an entrepreneur, I feel the complete opposite. When I first started pivoting from acting and bartending into running my own business, I felt immediately like, wow, when I work harder, I make more money. Work harder, make more money. Work harder, make more money. It was fantastic. I was finally in control. I had something to sell people. It was something that people needed, social media management. And as I figured out how to do it and got better at it, they paid me even more money. It was completely different life experience. Because I was an actor turned entrepreneur, I started attracting other actors turned entrepreneurs. Like they're all around me. Actually, when I first launched my group program, Magic Marketing Machine, there were so many actors in it who now had businesses that I went to my business coach and I was like, did I mess up? Should this program be a program for actors turned entrepreneurs? And she said, no. They just feel comfortable with you because they know that that's your history too. And that was the case. There were actors turned acting coaches, actors turned tarot readers, actors turned Reiki practitioners, like actors who had done the acting thing and were now either simultaneously or pivoting into running their own business. It makes you wonder, why are actors so good at running their own businesses? Why are we so good at being entrepreneurs? And I think I have a few ideas that, when boiled down, really tell us what key traits successful entrepreneurs have. And there's lots of crossover to the inherent traits that professional actors have. Man, let me tell you about one of the not so good days of being an actor. So most of the auditions were on the opposite side of the city to where I lived and bartended, and honestly, the cool side of the city. Like the auditions, I really wish they could have been in cooler neighborhoods, but they're on the other side of the city, which means if you're me, you often have to bartend at night and then get up in the morning and nobody's waking you up. No boss is going to notice if you're late. You just have to be fully accountable to yourself. You wake up in the morning and you slap some makeup on your face and you drag yourself onto the streetcar because an Uber to the other side of the city is way too much money that you're not making because you don't get paid to audition. So you sit on this streetcar for an hour and a half in traffic trying to get to your audition. And by the time you get to that street, you just hoof it there. But you can't run too fast because you're going to be sweaty and you need to be pretty. And you're so aware that you need to look beautiful. And you're so aware that people are looking at you and they're going to judge you on how you look. And then you walk into that room and you are immediately surrounded by all your competition. If you've ever opened Instagram and seen someone else who does what you do and had that moment of like, oh, are they better than me? Are their offers better than me? Would my ideal client prefer to work with them than with me? We feel that just by seeing your competition's content pop up on the internet. Now imagine if going to work means walking into a room surrounded by everyone who looks exactly like you and is going out for the exact same role. In entrepreneur land, I love the abundance mindset. I love thinking, I know that there could be a million social media teachers and a million social media managers, and we would all still have plenty of clients to go around, plenty of money to be made. I don't even really feel like there's true, genuine competition. But in acting, you're hyper aware that everyone sitting in this room wants that one job and there is one job for you to get. So on this particular day, we went in and I think I might have been first, like one of the first people to go in that day. They called 3 of us in at once, which sidebar, not allowed. Not allowed by union rules. You're not supposed to audition in front of each other. But anyway, they called 3 of us in and they said, okay, so in this commercial, it's going to look like a wave of water hits you spontaneously. So we're going to emulate that by squirting you with this water gun. Okay. So I sit and you don't have much time to think and you don't have a lot of time to appeal either. So I sit down in front of the camera and they feed me my line. And when the water is supposed to splash, they super soaker me in the face. Can you imagine? This is the one audition you got this week and you put on your makeup and you dragged your butt here and it's 9 a.m. And the person in control of your fate, the person with the power in the room, super soakers you in the face in front of your colleagues. What a fun day. What a fun day to be an actor. I called my agent. Let me tell you that. Not that I have any power or we had really much power at all, but I definitely stormed out of that room and I called my agent and I said, you better tell anyone else coming out for this today who has another audition later to bring a full kit of makeup because it's going to get washed off when they get splashed in the face on camera. And I heard that for the rest of the day, they just threw a loofah at people instead. Quick pivot. Okay, so point 1 for why actors make incredible entrepreneurs. We're used to embarrassing ourselves. No, but really, there's so many situations you're in as an actor and when you're doing the grind, not when you're doing the work, not when you're actually like on set filming something, but when you're trying to run your business as an actor, you, the sole employee of your business, and you're trying to run yourself and you're getting yourself into these situations and these audition situations and trying to manage your schedule and all of that. There's so many moments in the business part of acting that are worst case scenario that you would face as an entrepreneur running a normal service-based business. Like it's take what you experience on a daily basis as a service-based business and multiply it by 10. And feels like sometimes that's the pressure we're under in that acting environment. If I ask you, what do you think one of the most important traits of a successful entrepreneur are? What would you say? What comes to mind? I did a quick Google search and asked the internet, and one of the top results was resilience. Resilience. We need to be resilient. We need to be able to pivot. We need to be able to wipe that water off our face, smile, and say, thank you for having me. Another trait that came up was comfort with failure. Comfort with failure. And I might take that even further and call it the ability to reframe failure. If you went to 10 auditions in a month and didn't book a single one, you could think, man, I suck. I failed. That's 10 failures. Or you could reframe that to say, I got 10 opportunities to audition. Now 10 more casting directors know me. I bet they bring me in for the next one. I might not have been right for this part, but I bet I'll be right for the one after that. If you look at it as a failure, you're going to feel like a failure. I was just talking to a business owner last week who told me that she had a failed launch. And the way that I was trained in this business world is there's no such thing as a failed launch because that's all just data. Now, the next launch will be stronger. You won't make those same mistakes again. You'll learn from them. You'll learn from the information you gathered. And the next one, you'll be even better. And that's not some like Pollyanna chitter chatter. Like that's truly what I believe. If you don't close on a sales call, are you a failure? No, you replay the conversation, you figure out where it went wrong, you hone your offer to make sure it's exactly what your ideal client wants, and suddenly not doing well on a sales call has given you all the tools you need to do well next time. I actually spoke on a panel a few years ago. I was invited to come by Shopify, and Trixie Mattel was also on the panel, or maybe I moderated it. I can't remember. But Trixie Mattel is this very famous drag queen and personality. And I think that the reason that I got scouted for that was because I had written an Instagram post about going from actor to entrepreneur and riffing on the topic. And it turns out there's this whole world of us. There's so many of us. And it was really cool that Shopify saw that and that they asked us to come in and talk to a room full of actors turned entrepreneurs. It was so cool that they wanted to raise us up and that they saw that we had these strengths as well. And I've got more reasons. So another one, I never had stability. So I never worried about losing it. I know a lot of people leave the 9-to-5 and they're worried about leaving their 9-to-5 and they're worried about leaving their steady job. And I actually can't relate to that. I can relate to shifting in business and that being scary, but I can't relate to leaving the stability of a 9-to-5 because I never had that. I've always done gig economy work and bartending, and you have that different mindset. It's a really self-sufficient mindset, right? Our brains are wired like we need to show up for us. We need to put food on the table. No one else is ever going to hand it to us. If you're an actor, or even if you just went to college for theater or did theater in high school, like if you have a bit of that bug in ya, I bet you are so charismatic. I bet you're so charming. I bet you know how to smile with your eyes. And those communication skills are also so valuable in business. You're a personal brand, right? Your leads make so much of their buying decision based on their connection to you, based on the quote unquote vibe check. Did you pass the vibe check? So when you can communicate and make eye contact with people and smile and make people feel comfortable with your communication skills, that sets you up for so many more sales because the people working with you, they don't know what you do and how you do it, right? Like you are the expert. So whether they know it or not, we're all making gut instinct decisions. And if you can communicate and make people feel comfortable, then you're going to make their gut feel more comfortable, which helps you book more clients. And then on top of that, those communication skills can be used for keynote addresses and teaching and speaking gigs and guesting on podcasts and even just the ability to speak clearly into a microphone. There's so many benefits. I don't know who I'm trying to convince. I think I'm just trying to cheer you on. If you're that actor turned entrepreneur who's listening to this, just please don't undervalue yourself. Please know that you have so many superpowers, so many inherent skills that other people have to learn or other people have to actively work for. And you're just showing up on the scene with those skills. And that is so powerful and so awesome. And I'm so excited that you're here. Even just that we're totally used to working until the job is done. Like you show up on set early in the morning and you're going to be there until the job is done. And that's fine. Like you're not expecting to go home at 5. When have I ever gone home at 5? There's really no use in regretting your journey that got you somewhere, huh? Like I can't regret that I went to school for essentially tap dancing because there are so many skills that I learned in musical theater school and in my years on stage and my years on camera that are serving me so much now in my current life and my current business. And yeah, it's just so cool. All right, that's it for me. Listen, if there's something that you want to learn about, something in that business coaching world, in that marketing coaching world, anything about social media, shoot me a message on Instagram. I would love to hear what you want to gain from this show. And of course, don't forget, if you haven't yet, there's all sorts of free stuff down in the show notes, including my free masterclass, How to Get Clients from Instagram Without Wasting Hours Glued to Your Phone. And that's all from me. I'll see you in the next episode.